Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, an April Fool's Day edition. Glad to have you with us. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. Here's the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Inside, they have Giannis and Turner. Fred VanVleet out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. And for the Rockets, Katie and Smith, the lengthy duo at forward. Thompson out there with Shepard. And it's Şengün in at the center position, locking down the middle. There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, PA, for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Here's Shepard. And Durant with the big finish. Durant's shot is off.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
And then Turner with the dunk.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't allow Turner to get this close to the basket.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka. We talked about their defensive game plan for Giannis, and he told me the best way to guard Giannis is to keep him out of the paint and force him to be a jump shooter. The only problem is no one's figured out how to do that consistently. Giannis always seems to find a way to impose his will. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Turner. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist.
Well, BA certainly got to be in the conversation. Besides maybe Wemby, we haven't seen anyone like Giannis when it comes to length and those long strides especially. Plus, he has that strength, too.
You got to push Durant farther away than this, or he will make you pay.
VanVleet right side. Antetokounmpo against Smith. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And Grant, for everything else he's accomplished, Giannis hasn't quite mastered the three-point shot.
Well, if that was one of my players, I'd think about sitting him down right away and letting him think about that.
Antetokounmpo with it, guarded by Durant. Drops in the 3. Turner's got 7.
Well, you want to talk about being assertive? Turner was thinking shoot as soon as that pass was coming.
Green against Durant. Şengün, a screen on Green. Durant, pass to Şengün, and that comes off the assist by Durant.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. His last outing, he had 24 points. That one falls. And with the end of the regular season in sight, here are the latest power rankings. You look at the Warriors, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Checking out the Rockets, they're putting together an impressive win streak, finding their groove down the stretch. I mean, they're putting it all together.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, sweet move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Antetokounmpo has got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, one of the most efficient inside scorers. Giannis just can't be stopped.
Prince against Durant. And there's the drive. And Durant with the big finish.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice.
As a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Catching up on the changes for Milwaukee. Gary Trent Jr. comes in for Prince. And Cole Anthony subbed in for VanVleet. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Smith outside. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
And that's just Giannis making the right.
Houston needs to get off a shot. Eason. The three-pointer off the mark. And so Anthony will bring it up for Milwaukee. 4-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together last time out, losing to the Clippers.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it still doesn't go easy.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
Great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
Anthony finds Trent. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Moody. There's the triple. Counted from distance.
Nice find by Thompson. Now, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
Thompson pulls it in.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And so it's Miles Turner making highlights for the Bucks. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be back in a moment. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And when you consider how the Bucks are doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity. Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Well, the Bucks want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. Guys, back to you.
Leveraging that tall timber. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
Yeah, good footwork by Capella, setting the pick and finding his spot. A valuable part of the rotation.
Eason can't get it to go. The Bucks have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Livingston's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Rollins. Still no points. Thompson passes to Moody. Close in. Moses Moody. Here's Moody. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Milwaukee in the lead. Pass to Prince. Lets it go from deep. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in.
Well, smart play by Giannis. He knows he's pulling the defense in on him, so he moves it back out.
Thompson scanning the floor. Inside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
In for Milwaukee, number 20, AJ Green.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Van Vliet, and Milwaukee tacks on 2 more.
And clearly from mid-range, Van Vliet seems pretty comfortable. As long as he likes the angle, that's a shot he can make.
Şengün, a screen on Prince. Now Thompson. He's got 5. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And a steal like that, with the conversion, can really start moving things in your direction.
Here's Şengün. Over on Antetokounmpo. Şengün, no good. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Here's the 3. The shot won't fall. Great D that time from Antetokounmpo. Prince, the pass to Portis, and that's good. His first bucket of the game. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim. Yeah, good timing from Shepherd on the drive, which is essential since he sometimes lacks the speed to beat the defense outright.
He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Here's Shepard. To the middle. Here's Şengün. The kick to Durant. And here's Shepard for three. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one. Pass to Durant. The three. He missed it. Now 3 for 7.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
And here's Durant. He'll bring it up for Houston. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. Kenny Smith, a screen. On the tape, Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
Clear the way. When Durant is moving like this, you know he's focused on throwing it down.
And here's Turner from the arc. They get it back. Houston has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Şengün with it. A 14-point game for him in the win against New York.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
Shepard, that's good.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. It's hauled in by Houston. Durant on the attack. Durant powers through the contact to finish inside.
I mean, that's just elite versatility. How many ways can Durant beat you? Insane handles for someone who's 7 feet.
Antetokounmpo outside. Too much Giannis.
One of the most dominant scorers in the game today. Antetokounmpo takes pride in putting the offense on his shoulder.
From behind the arc. He's off on that one. Here's Durant. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And so it's Houston finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions.
They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Inside, Smith and Şengün. Thompson is the off guard with KD at small forward. And it's Shepard in at the point. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Pass to Green. Stolen by Thompson. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Outside Durant. Şengün, a screen on Prince. Durant, the pass to Şengün. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Durant's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's where Şengün does the majority of his scoring. I mean, he's a problem down low.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Oh, they get a hand on it. Şengün with a steal. Durant for 3. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got assist number 8 here already in the game. Van Vliet outside. Can't hit the step back J.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And of course, that one was just crazy.
And the shot goes in.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start.
Just over 2.5 minutes going by in the second half. Antetokounmpo. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10. Here's Turner. Smith with the rebound. The Rockets lead by 13. Pass to Durant. Smith with a screen on Prince. Here's Durant. Oh, KD striding in for the finish.
Watch how Durant disrupts the defense with the pick and roll, creating an opening for himself.
Baseline try. Rockets with a rebound. Şengün's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the inside. And it's slammed in by Durant.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense is all about getting buckets, no distractions.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, BA. Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is unlocking a new aspect of his game.
Oh! Giannis powers it down with force.
Wow, Giannis. That is ridiculous.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
Yeah, another thing they did well was feed the ball into the paint. They really utilized their size there tonight.
Tipped. Here's Brents. He's got 7. Now here's Turner. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Well, you really have to body Turner to slow him down. He's got plenty of muscle on that front.
Thompson, a screen on Green. Durant. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo. This will be his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Easton's checked in.
As long as he continues shooting it well from deep and locking guys up, he's going to have a spot in this league.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet. And another miss by Milwaukee.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Van Vliet with it. He's picked up by Easton. Now Milwaukee moving it up. An open look for Portis. And he drains the quick shot. Portis has got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well, listen, Portis certainly doesn't lack confidence off the catch. He feels like he can score anytime down the floor.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And that one's good by Durant. Durant's got 16 points here in the 2nd half. Here's Van Vliet. And another miss by Milwaukee.
This has not been his quarter so far. He needs to find a way to get going here.
Smith passes to Durant. There's a minute 40 left in the 3rd quarter. The putback controls the rebound and the putback. Sengun's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Here's Anthony. Got it. Good job in the low post. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So for the Rockets, Capella, he's checked in for Sengun. Moody comes in for Smith. And it's Davison in for Kevin Durant. Milwaukee also changed it up. Antetokounmpo is checked in for Turner. Gary Trent Jr. comes in for Prince. Antetokounmpo finds Portis. Three-pointer, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Thompson with it. He's got 7. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the layup is good. Thompson's got 9 points.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easiest shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And as we conclude the 3rd, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Houston running away with this one. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway.
An elite level dish. What a great passer.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Milwaukee, Giannis plays the 4 with Porter playing at center. Kevin Porter is out there with Anthony, and it's Trent in at the 3. Here's Shepard. One thing you hear coaches like Steve Kerr say, let's not gift foul calls that you'd never tolerate in a pickup game. Do you agree?
I absolutely agree, B.A., and I think Steve Kerr has gotten that across to the league in the way guys officiate now, and I think that's good.
You gotta be smarter than this.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Outside Moody, fires from deep, sinks the tray.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
And Trent the bucket on the assist by Porter.
Loving the skill Trent has inside. Just finding a crack in the armor to get the bucket.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Hield passes to Moody. Just 5 on the clock. Hield with the ball, guarded by Antetokounmpo. It's Easton with the jam.
Well, terrific timing and placement with the bounce pass there.
Antetokounmpo outside. As players get bigger and faster, you think the league will have to widen the court at some point?
Well, we've got to make money, and the arenas were all laid out. If you start making the court wider, you're going to take away rows of seats. Those are high-priced seats, BA. We're not taking those away. I don't think widening the court is really realistic.
Hold to the floor for your Rockets. Number 2.
Here's Van Vliet. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Hield. Inside. And the jam by Antetokounmpo. But it's not enough to get that high pick. You've got to get that one right, Stan.
Absolutely, BA. And look, some of them are easy. Some of the top picks just stand out, and they're really, really easy. But some of them are very, very difficult, and especially as you move down even to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th picks. And the guys that hit on those are the guys that end up with the stuff.
BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Just 4 to shoot. Hield for 3. Rebounded by Green. It's stolen by Hield. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Where was the defense? Can't allow Hield to get this kind of positioning to throw it down.
Probably in the minority. I don't really like them. I think they slow down the flow of the game. And look, across all sports, mistakes are part of the game. Players' mistakes, coaches' mistakes, and referees' mistakes. Let's just live with them and keep the game moving.
Just 5 to shoot. Adams with a screen on Van Vliet. And the basket by Hield.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, adds to their lead.
His team relies on him to protect the paint.
Houston has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Adams a screen. Here's Moody. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
And here's Turner from the arc. Rockets with a rebound.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot. Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Rockets.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it.
Here.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Kevin Durant.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
This is what winning is all about.
To get back on track, he can't get that one to fall.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Green. Here's Van Vliet. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Adams a screen. Holiday passes to Adams. The shot's good.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Miles Turner, 5th personal.
And Adams no good on that one. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And now, time for our player of the game, Kevin Durant.